how's it going, guys? Welcome to Blake's Garage. So today I'm driving with Peter in his 2015 Subaru BRZ. This car it's pretty much mostly stock. He has like a drop-in Japanese air filter. What was the brand of that one?
Apex I.
It's an Apex I. And then he has a few white line sway bar components. Let's hit it for a second real quick. Now right now I'm on a little road. I saw a sheriff in front of me, so I gotta kind of keep it mellow and slow for a little bit here. But overall, this car is freaking awesome. I mean, it's still pretty stock. My initial impressions on this car, I love the seating and the overall seating position. The seating position is just awesome. You can get real low. You know, your steering wheel telescopes, which is a big deal to me. Also, another thing is like being able to put your arms like down like this when you're on a cruise or, you know, cruising around or something like that. It's kind of a big deal to me because I like to be comfortable in the car. Still on the stock tires, or as far as I know, are the stock tires? Stock tires, stock wheels, and all that. So I've actually test driven two of these cars before. First one I ever test drove was well, I won't say that it was a Subaru, but it was a Scion FRS, and it was automatic, which is lame. I don't recommend anybody to buy the automatic version of this car because it's gutless and it's useless, and if you buy the automatic, you've missed the point of this car altogether. Because the power on this car, like everybody says, it's not quite there, but you know, when you're up to 5,000 to 7,000 RPM, that's where the car really starts to liven up and start cooling. Overall though, you know, that can all be fixed. So one of the other parts I forgot to mention that he does have on here is a Crawford Air Oil Separator. There's no just stock exhaust for now. I know in the future he plans on doing a couple things.
UEL header, a bunch of other stuff. Yeah,
headers and all that type of stuff. So just to add a little bit more power to it. Plus a tune and all that type of stuff, just to get the power levels down. He's adding sway bars soon. What is it, a 20 millimeter front?
Yeah.
18 millimeter rear. Overall, this chassis of these cars is really stiff. You know, it's great what Subaru and Toyota did together making this car. It just really comes together. I mean, definitely the power is not there, but everybody knows this car is for the cornering. So let's find some corners. Coming up on a couple decent corners up here. So let's kind of show you, this is how the power levels are on this car. It does, there's that Policia in front of me. So yeah, heel toe in this car is really nice. It rev match downshifts very easily. The 6-speed is really awesome. I mean, the throws on this thing are just super short. I mean, you can just throw it in very easily. Heel toe, if you're on the brakes, it's easy to get in here. It's easy to get around corners, all that type of stuff. Basically, you can jump in this car and it's very natural as far as what it does. You get instant feedback of what the car is actually doing, so that's nice. With that traction control mode off, you can really feel this torsion differential working. It rotates on the corners just a lot easier, and you can kind of rotate it out without giving it too much effort, I would say. It's not too bad. Downshifting, I mean, third gear is definitely like your acceleration gear, I would say, for passing or anything like that. You know, you can rev that gear out. That's what you're going to be getting onto the freeway in. But second gear is that's just a really good gear just to kind of get the torque out, kind of keep it in that range of where you can keep it in the power band around corners and all that type of stuff. So yeah, the first time I test drove one of these cars, it was actually an FRS and it was an automatic. You might say, why did I test drive it? Well, that was at the time when you couldn't find one of these to drive, let alone test drive or even buy. And that was all that there was on the lot. And I was checking it out. I actually didn't notice that it was automatic until I hopped in the car because I was just really wanting to drive it. It was at a Toyota dealership, as it would be since it's an FRS. But anyways, I mean, I was driving with the guy, and when I got out of the car, he freaked out. He said, you gotta let me know before you're gonna drive the car like that. And I mean, I was driving mellow. This was a test drive, but you would have sworn it was like I was driving him like Jeff Gordon on that test drive or something like that, because I mean, he was pissed. It was freaking hilarious. I mean, I guess he's just used to driving around with people in Camrys all day or something, but I mean, it was funny. Yeah, I mean, you got Camrys and you got Corollas, and then you give somebody, you know, the little FRS, and they're just not ready for it, I guess. But it was just kind of funny. I just wanted to tell you guys that little story. I thought it was kind of fun. So we're coming up on these two little turns right here. So you should be able to hit these pretty decently. I don't know, it's probably like a second gear turn or something like that. So we'll see how it feels. Kind of just throw it in here a little bit. I could probably go through that corner a bit faster. I mean, right now I'm basically flat out in third gear, and I mean, it keeps pulling. It definitely, you know, gets up there. It's got that NA feeling, which is nice. And you know, it's really fun to drive. But you really have to keep it in that power band just to make it feel quick coming out of corners. So it's definitely one of the cars that you got to get used to, and you really just have to rev the piss out of it to get all the potential power that you need to get through the corners and all that. All right, guys, so I finally got a little bit of open stretch, so we're just kind of going to open it up again, get it going, try this thing out. I mean, it pulls pretty good. It does take a while to get there, but you know, once you're there, you got the speed, you got the momentum to carry the speed through wherever you want to go. Overall, I really like the Subaru BRZ. You know, if you're thinking about getting one, I would definitely recommend it for a rear-wheel drive car. You know, if you're looking for something in the 4 cylinders, you know, that gets good gas mileage, and also you can have a blast in just playing around, this is definitely a great car to get. Like I said, this one is pretty stock, and I mean, this is a fun car. On the corners and on the turns, like, it puts a smile on your face. You can mess around with it, you can do whatever the heck you want, and it's a great car. I would say it's a great first car for somebody, because I think that everybody should have a manual car for their first car, and I think everyone should have rear-wheel drive, because it really teaches you car control and how to drive your car properly, how to get into a slide, how to get out of a slide, you know, depending on what kind of driving you're doing. But I mean, you know, it's good for people to learn those basic principles of car control, and this is an awesome car to be doing that on. You know, a lot of people, they get like a, you know, front-wheel drive car for their first car, and they try railing a turn or something like that, just smashing through a turn. They understeer and hit a curb, you know, because they don't understand how to drive a front-wheel drive car, because they can be a little difficult at times. So let's just do a little one pull. You know, front-wheel drive doesn't really, it just doesn't respond like a rear-wheel drive car will. So anyways, guys, on that note, awesome car. Thanks a lot, Peter, for letting me drive it. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time, guys. Later, and peace out. All right, let's try this out a little. Hell yeah. All right, so we're here again with Peter in his car and his BRZ. So I'm gonna try this out on autocross real quick.
Go ahead.
All right. Too much of a clutch kick. Too much. Alright guys, so this time I got to do a little bit of a cleaner run because we can't really drift it all out there, and so We'll just kind of see how it goes this time. I clutch kicked into that first turn a little too hard, and that's what spun me around, so that was fun. But we're gonna go here in a sec. Alright, that was fun. Is that good?
That was it.
That was much cleaner run. Awesome. That was it? Yeah. Okay, now we're good. Thanks a lot. So I wanted to do an unboxing video real quick of what I got. Alright guys, so after a long time at Best Buy, trying to figure out what camera I wanted to get, I got the